Hey, what's going on, world? Welcome to A1 Sports Politics with your main man, K-Dub. Hey, I hope everybody having a good day, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get to it. Now let's get into this Lakers versus the 76ers game. We've been waiting on this. I know I have. We've been waiting on this since we drafted Lonzo Ball. With all that yippee yapping and all that trash talking between Ben Simmons and Embiid, hating on the boy because they ain't Lakers. We all know they wanted to be Lakers, but they in Philly. So it's been a lot of talking. So going into this game, the headlines was Lonzo versus Simmons. I don't like that. I think it was because Embiid was doing more talking. He the one who was talking about his dad and stuff like that. It was both of them. So the headlines of Ball versus Simmons, that really wasn't it. It was Ball versus Embiid, Simmons, and the Sixers. You know what I mean? So I kind of got caught into it, but as I looked at the game, it wasn't about that, you know? And I think we got caught up because Ben Simmons guarding Lonzo Ball and Lonzo Ball guarding Ben Simmons, stuff like that. But we're going to get into that later. But I want to start with the starting lineup. The Lakers starting lineup. Luke Walton. Okay. I've been having a problem with this dude lineups from game one. Since game one. Now that we know that Lance is hurt and Kuzma is coming in and starting at the 4. He's not a power forward. He is not a power forward. Let me repeat. He is not a power forward. Kuzma is a small forward. We will see that later on in the season, but we already been seeing it when we going up against bigger teams, much stronger teams. Kuzma is a small forward in my eyes. So it's like, okay, Lance was starting already over Randall, and now Kuzma starting over Julius Randle. Like, that don't make no sense to me. I feel like Julius need to be in the starting lineup. Kuzma coming off the bench. Even before this game, since the first game of the season, I feel like Lance needed to be coming off the bench anyway behind Julius Randle because Lance have more energy. He's, you know, and you need that coming off the bench. And Julius Randle, he's a nice starter. You know what I'm saying? He's not too big. We know, okay. People say, all right, Kuzma starting at the 4. It's not bad because in today's game, you know, the stretch 4 is big. Yes, but Julius Randle have the ability to be a stretch 4. He's not even that tall. He's probably like 6'9", but listed at 6'10". You know, quick, athletic. Can guard like a lot of positions. Probably he do a pretty good job on the point guards, but he can guard a lot of positions on the court. So we don't need to go small like that, you know, because Randall is not that small. Now that's my first problem with Luke, the starting lineup, and that really kind of it keep hurting us. We seen what happened when we played against Boston, we got bullied. We seen what happened when we played against Detroit and them teams like that. Kuzma is not a power forward. He's a small forward. Now, like I said, the headlines, Lonzo Ball versus Simmons. It was not Lonzo Ball versus Simmons. It was Lonzo Ball versus Embiid. That's Embiid team for one. Let's get that straight right now. Ben Simmons in the 76ers. Now, I think we got too caught up with that. We got too caught up. Okay, they both like to pass the ball. They both light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But we got too caught up to where Lonzo is not supposed to be sticking Ben Simmons. I said, oh my God. The size in between them two, between Lonzo and between Ben Simmons. Come on, man. Ben Simmons look like a grown. He make Lonzo look like a little kid out there, you know. And he have a little more experience than Lonzo. That's what most people not mentioning, but yes, he does. And that was just wrong. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't right. Luke was supposed to, okay, I don't know if Luke got caught up in the headlines too, because Luke's still young himself, and he wanted to see Lonzo versus Simmons himself. It ain't about sticking that person, you know, guarding him. No, it's not about that. It's about getting that W, and that's all that matters. You know? So I feel like Ben Simmons and Ingram was supposed to be going at it. I would have put Ingram on Ben Simmons. And we've seen it a couple of times throughout the game, more towards the end. But Lonzo Ball have no business guarding Ben Simmons at all. If Ben Simmons want to guard Lonzo, so be it. But me, I would have had Ingram sticking Ben Simmons and could have had Lonzo Ball guarding Reddick, guarding the shooter. Because Lonzo Ball is pretty good. He's a better off-the-ball defender than he is on-the-ball defender. We all know that. That's why he get the blocks. That's why he get a lot of steals and stuff like that. But on ball, going up against Ben Simmons. That's why Ben Simmons was able to score 8 points on Lonzo. Lonzo didn't score not 1 point on Ben Simmons. Lonzo had a bad game. Yes, he did, but Luke subbing, his rotation stuck like that. It stink. And he needs to switch it up ASAP. Yeah, Lonzo didn't have the best game. And Ben Simmons did get the best of Lonzo when he was guarding. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. You know, and Ben Simmons, he's just another LeBron James. He's just another forward guard. That's what I call him, forward guards. He's a small forward, but he has the ball in his hand 85% of the time. He's a point guard. You know, he's a point forward. That's what I call it. So that's when we messed up at a lot. Luke Walton had to get better with his rotation. His subbing stinks. Like, it make me want to throw up. I'm telling you. He needs to get better with that. Lonzo did have a so-so game. He didn't have a good game at all. No, he didn't. But the kid only played 21 minutes. We know that of Lonzo Ball. We know he's the type of person that's going to get everybody involved. He's a playmaker. That's what we got him for. Yeah, I know Jordan Clarkson was having a good game. Yeah, he had 20 points, but fatigue started getting to him. Yes, it's going to get to him after him playing a majority of the third quarter, the ending, in the whole fourth quarter. What do you expect? And then Jordan Clarkson is not the type of point guard Lonzo is. Jordan Clarkson is just a hooper. He know how to score the ball. He's not a real point guard. But Luke, you're gonna sit our second pick in the draft down for the whole fourth quarter because he got 2 points. What's your reason? What's your why? And that really hurt us because it was a whole lot of standing around, playing hot potato with the ball, then people going, stopping, and we didn't have no game plan. We looked sloppy out there offensively. So, I don't know what Luke was thinking. Like, Luke made a whole lot of mistakes. And I'm putting this game on Luke, and that's that. Our coach. It's all going to fall back on the coach at the end of the day anyway. You know, so that was a mistake by not playing Lonzo for the whole fourth quarter. And then even Lopez, it was a point of time in the game when Lonzo needed to be in the game and Lopez needed to be in the game. Because for one, like I said, it was too much standing around going on. It wasn't nothing, no action, no cuts, no ball movement going on offensively for the Lakers. Why we having chances going back to back with the 76ers, we was able to cut the gap, and it was 6 different lead changes. You know what I'm saying? So we had our opportunities. And Lonzo is what we was missing. And then Lopez is what we was also missing because Julius Randle cannot stick Embiid. We see oh my God, Embiid. I'm going to say this right now. That dude is the best center in the league right now. I'm a big DeMarcus Cousins fan, but Embiid is something else. Like, he's a whole different type of animal. And he was just too much for Julius Randle. He was too tall for one. Yeah, Julius Randle, he's a decent defender, but he was too small. He was way too little, and it was obvious. Embiid, I got him. He knew he had him. You know, he smelled it. Dropped 46 on us. 15 rebounds, 7 blocks, 7 assists. Whew. That's the type of player we missing in LA right now. But anyway, Lopez, not that much great of a defender, but, you know, he has the length. You know, he's a 7-footer. He can get in there and you know, and wrestle a little bit and you know, give Embiid a run for his money. A little better than Lil Randle. You know what I'm saying? So Embiid just shooting right over him. Just doing whatever he want. So that was another mistake right there. A lot of this stuff is going to fall on Luke Walton. I understand he's not a rookie. He's a sophomore year of coaching. He knows basketball, right? That's why he's coaching. He played the game. Those are the type of mistakes that he cannot make. We cannot afford those type of mistakes. So especially with the personnel that we have right now. We got a lot of young players. You know, they still trying to find their way. So Luke had to be the leader and lead us to that way. And that's something that he has not been doing. And this lineup that last night was not the only time when Luke was making them type of minor mistakes. You know, it's happening. And Luke needs to switch it up. He needs to get some type of strategy going or something. But other than that, the Lakers still played a pretty good game. We were just looking for Lonzo. You know, and Lopez coming in. Lopez guarding on Embiid. Only 15. Man, come on. Lopez cannot play 15 minutes. He cannot. 15 minutes, that's not enough. 8 points, 2 rebounds. Yeah, he need more rebounds. He need to get more involved. But 15 minutes out the whole game, Luke, that hurt us, man. That really hurt us. And that's why Embiid, he was going to have a good game regardless. You know, he was already having a good game. But at the stretch, at the end, we needed some length on him. Not Julius Randle. Julius Randle, let me say something about him. He did not have a good game. His mind was not there. I've been speaking highly of him, because he been playing good, and I want to see him in the starting lineup. But last night, his mind was on a whole different level. I see that Luke made a change, and instead of just sitting him for the whole first quarter, who does that? You don't sit Paris for the whole quarter. But he didn't do it last night. He brought Julius Randle in the game with 5 minutes going to first. I'm like, okay, that's new. But other than that, he still made that mistake with his rotation, with his subbing, you know, and it really stunk it up to the point where we could have won this game. But despite all that, our young Lakers did play a pretty good game. Yes, they did. Not including with the idiotic mistakes that Luke Walton made, you know, but they still played a good game. Clarkson had a good game, 20 points. Kuzma, who's a scorer? Yes, man. Kuzma is a scorer. I like Kuzma. He one of the fan favorites. But he's not a 4. He's a 3. He do not play power 4. He's a small 4, period. But he had a good game at 24 points, 7 rebounds, 0 blocks. That shows you right there that he's not a power 4. He's a small 4. He had a good game. Ingram had a great game, man. 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks. You know, Ingram is a more 4. If you're going to do this, Luke, if you want to do the small ball thing, at least try Ingram at the 4. Even though we know that Ingram is a small 4. But if you want to try some, you know, the small game, try Ingram at the 4 then. You know? Because, you know, he's more aggressive. And he's a better defender than Kuzma. But Ingram, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ingram, man. You know, I was kind of fed up with him in the beginning of the season, but I had to remember that these are some young dudes, and they just trying to find their way. They're just trying to get their flow going, and he's just going at whoever. I don't care who's sticking and who guarding. I seen him, he got an N1 on Embiid, went right at his chest. Seen him right at his chest, N1. He was doing this thing, and he playing at an aggressive level, and he's starting to find his game. I'm telling y'all this right now. In a couple of years, that dude is going to be unstoppable. Ain't nobody going to be able to guard him. With that length, and once he gets some size on him, it's going to be over. And I wanted to see Ingram play more defense on Ben Simmons. That's what I wanted to see, and that's a better matchup. Not Lonzo and Ben Simmons. No, it's not like that. It's just the Sixers against the Lakers. That's it. And both of these young teams is good, man. Ben Simmons is a pretty good, he's an athlete, man. He's a good talent. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. He was on his way to a triple-double. Yes, man. So it's a lot of good going on with the youth. It was a great game seeing both of these young teams that's on the come up, you know, go at it like that. I'm glad that it was so much of a big game that they played on TV and everybody was able to see it on ESPN. And it was worth it. But my Lakers got to do better. Luke Walton, you have to do better. You're the coach. You have to lead us. Really use your brain. Get a game plan going. You know, because it's too much standing around going on. But other than that, I still have faith in my young Lakers, man. We just trying to find our way. We're just trying to find our way, and we'll find it eventually. Do not be surprised to see the 76ers versus the Los Angeles Lakers in the future in the NBA Finals. Guarantee y'all that. Now, man, that's all I got for y'all, though, man. A1 Sports Politics with your main man, K-Dub. My son, Ball, right here. Lakers, you know, starting early. Please like, comment, subscribe. My YouTube page, Kendall Warren, A1 Sports Politics. And I'll get back with y'all when I can. A1 Sports Politics.